You have been told the same lie for decades, by doctors, by fitness magazines, by TV ads, by well-meaning family members. Just walk more. Get your steps in. 10,000 steps a day is enough after 60. But here's the truth, no one wants to admit. Walking alone is not protecting your strength anymore. In fact, for many people over 60, walking gives a dangerous illusion of safety, while the body quietly gets weaker underneath. A major 2023 study from the University of Missouri shocked even orthopedic specialists. Researchers compared two groups of adults over 60. One group only walked. The other group performed simple seated strength exercises. The result? The seated exercise group improved functional strength by 27% more. 27%, that's the difference between standing up easily and struggling to rise from a chair. Between lifting your grandchild and avoiding it out of fear. Walking helped the heart. But it did not stop muscle loss. And muscle loss after 60 is not cosmetic, it is survival. This process is called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle that begins accelerating with age. After 60, muscle mass declines faster every year. By 70, many people have lost up to 30% of their original strength. And walking, no matter how many steps, does not reverse that. But targeted seated exercises do. Today, I'll show you 5 chair exercises. Orthopedic surgeons quietly recommend because they work. No gym, no floor work, no pain, just a chair and 15 minutes. And stay with me until the end, because exercise number 1 is so powerful that surgeons now prescribe it to patients after hip replacement surgery. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, how old are you and where are you watching from? We read every comment. Now let's begin. Exercise 5. Seated calf raises. This is the exercise almost everyone ignores, and that mistake costs people their independence. Your calf muscles are not just for walking, they act as a pumpy. Every time they contract, they push blood from your legs back to your heart. This is called the venous pump. When these muscles weaken, blood pools in the legs, ankles swell, veins bulge, and the risk of blood clots increases. A 2021 study in the Journal of Applied Physiology followed seniors with circulation problems. Those who performed seated calf raises 3 times per week improved blood return efficiency by 141% in just 12 weeks. Walking activates the calves, but weakly. This exercise forces them to work. Here's how to do it correctly. Sit on a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, knees bent at about 90 degrees. Now press through the balls of your feet and lift your heels as high as you can. Hold at the top for us 2 seconds. Feel the squeeze in the back of your legs. Then slowly lower your heels back down. That slow lowering is critical. It builds strength faster than lifting alone. Start with 15 repetitions. Work up to 3 sets of 25 IFA. When it becomes easy, place a heavy book or small weight across your thighs. Orthopedic surgeons love this exercise because it improves circulation, it reduces swelling, and it places zero stress on hips or knees. Do this once in the morning and once in the evening. Most people feel lighter legs within 2 weeks. Now let's move to an exercise that protects your knees and your ability to stand up. Exercise 4. Seated knee extensions. This exercise protects something most people don't think about until it's already gone. Your ability to climb stairs, get out of a car, stand up from the toilet, rise from a chair without help. All of that depends on one muscle group. Your core quadriceps. These large muscles on the front of your thighs deteriorate faster than almost any other muscle after 60. A long-term study from the University of Vermont followed adults over 60 for 5 years. Here's what they found. People who did no targeted leg exercises lost an average of 16% of thigh muscle mass. Those who performed seated knee extensions just 3 times per week actually gained muscle. Same age, same health, completely different futures. This is why walking fails here. When you walk on flat ground, your quadriceps barely work. They never face real resistance. Muscles only grow when they're challenged. This exercise gives them that challenge. Here's how to do it properly. Sit tall in your chair, back against the backrest, hands holding the sides of the seat for stability. Now slowly straighten one leg until it's fully extended, toes pointing up. Hold for 3 seconds. And here's the key. Squeeze your thigh hard. You should feel heat or a burn. That's muscle activation. Then lower your foot slowly back down over 4 seconds. Slow lowering builds strength faster than fast movement. Switch legs. Do 12 repetitions per leg. Wanks. Rest 30 seconds. Repeat for 3 sets. A 2023 study showed that people who focused on squeezing the muscle gained 31% more strength than those who just moved mechanically. Once this becomes easy, add ankle weights or loop a resistance band around your ankles. Orthopedic surgeons prescribe this exercise because strong quadriceps protect the knees, absorb shock, and reduce arthritis progression. If you can strengthen this muscle, you delay dependency by years. Now let's move to an exercise that directly prevents falls. Exercise number 3, seated hip marches. Most falls don't happen because people are careless. They happen because the legs don't lift high enough anymore. That problem starts in the hip flexors. These muscles lift your thigh every time you take a step. When they weaken, your steps get shorter, your feet drag, and you start shuffling. A 2022 Mayo Clinic study analyzed gait patterns in adults aged 60 to 85. They found something alarming. Weak hip flexors were the single strongest predictor of falls. Stronger than balance tests, stronger than leg strength. People with weak hip flexors were 4 times more likely to fall. Within 1 year, falls after 65 are not small accidents. 1 in 4 seniors falls every year. 1 in 5 falls causes serious injury, and hip fractures are often life-altering. 30% of seniors who break a hip do not survive the following year. This exercise exists to prevent that. Here's how to do seated hip marches correctly. Sit on the front half-toss of your chair. Do not lean back, spine tall, core gently engaged. Lift your right knee toward your chest, as high as comfortable. Hold for 2 seconds. Feel the work in the front of your hip, then lower slowly. Switch legs. That's 1 repetition. Alternate legs for 20 total repetitions. Do 3 sets, resting 1 minute between sets. Do not swing your legs. No momentum, pure muscle control. To increase difficulty, hold the knee up for 5 seconds. Or add ankle weights. Surgeons notice something remarkable. Patients who perform hip marches before joint replacement surgery recover faster. Their muscles are already awake, already strong, already coordinated. This exercise also trains balance because your core must stabilize while one leg lifts. Now we move into upper body strength, the part walking completely ignores. Exercise number 2, seated rows with resistance band. This exercise fixes a problem that walking completely ignores. Posture, upper body strength, and the ability to pull yourself through daily life. Think about how many times a day you need pulling strength. Opening heavy doors, pulling yourself out of bed, lifting grocery bags, pulling clothes on, steadying yourself when you lose balance. All of these depend on the muscles of your upper back. Specifically, the latissimus dorsi, the rhomboids, the rear deltoids. These muscles keep your shoulders back and your spine upright. When they weaken, gravity starts winning. Your shoulders round forward. Your head drifts out in front of your body. Your upper spine curves into what doctors call kyphosis. This is not just about appearance. A hunched posture compresses the lungs, reduces oxygen intake, shifts your center of gravity forward, dramatically increases fall risk, causes chronic neck and shoulder pain. And here's the problem. Walking does nothing for these muscles. When you walk, your arms swing passively. There is no pulling, no resistance, no strengthening. That's why so many lifelong walkers still end up hunched, stiff, and in pain. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation followed 300 seniors for 6 months. One group walked regularly. The other performed seated rowing exercises with resistance bands. The results were clear. The rowing group improved spinal posture by an average of about 8 degrees. The walking group showed no change. Even more impressive, the rowing group reported 63% less neck and upper back pain. That's not a small improvement. That's life-changing comfort. Here's how to do seated rows correctly. Sit in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Loop a resistance band around the soles of your feet. Hold one end in each hand. Sit tall, chest open, arms extended forward with slight tension in the band. Now pull your elbows back, not up, not out, straight back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together like you're pinching a pencil between them. Your hands should come towards your rib cage. Hold that squeeze for 2 full seconds. Feel the muscles between your shoulder blades working, then slowly extend your arms forward again. Control the movement. Do not let the band snap back. That slow return is where strength is built. Perform 15 repetitions. Rest briefly. Complete 3 sets. The resistance level matters. The last 3 reps of each set should feel challenging but doable. If it feels too easy, use a thicker band or double your current band. Orthopedic surgeons love this exercise because it rebuilds the support system of the spine. Think of your spine like a tent pole. Your back muscles are the guy wires. When they're strong, the spine stays upright and stable. When they weaken, everything collapses forward. This exercise improves posture, reduces pain, improves breathing, lowers fall risk, and it prepares your body for the most important movement of all. Because now we're ready for exercise. The one surgeons prescribe more than any other, the one that predicts longevity, the one movement that decides whether you stay independent or not. Exercise. Number 1. Sit to stand squats. If you only do one exercise for the rest of your life, make it this one. This is not just an exercise, this is a longevity test. Researchers have discovered something powerful. Your ability to stand up from a seated position, without using your hands, predicts how long you will live. A landmark study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology followed over 2,000 adults for 6 years. The results shocked even doctors. People who could not rise from a seated position without using their hands were 5 to 6 times more likely to die during the study period. 5 to 6 times. That's not fitness, that's survival. Why is this movement so powerful? Because it activates everything. Quadriceps straighten the knees, glutes extend the hips, calves stabilize the ankles, core controls balance, back muscles keep the spine aligned. No machine, no isolation, no shortcuts. This is real, functional strength. And here's the most important part. You already do this movement every single day. Getting out of bed, standing up from a chair, getting out of a car, using the bathroom. If this movement becomes weak, your independence disappears. Now let me show you how to do it correctly. Sit in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, slightly wider than hip width apart. Cross your arms over your chest. This prevents cheating. Lean forward slightly so your weight shifts over your feet. Now push through your heels. And stand up. All the way up, hips and knees fully straight. Pause for 1 second. At the top. Then slowly lower yourself back down. Count to 4 as you descend. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently touch the chair. Do not relax. Immediately start the next repetition. That slow descent is critical. That's where muscle is built. That's where bone is stimulated. A 2023 study showed something remarkable. Adults over 65 who performed sit-to-stand exercises 3 times per week increased bone density in their hips and femur by 19%. Bone density usually goes down with age. This made it go up. That's why surgeons now prescribe this movement to patients recovering from hip replacements. Some surgeons won't even schedule elective surgery unless patients can perform a minimum number of sit-to-stands, because stronger legs mean faster recovery, fewer complications, better outcomes. Start with 10 repetitions. If that's difficult, that's okay. Progress to 3 sets of 15 twice over time. To make it harder, slow the descent to 6 to 8 seconds, or hold a light weight against your chest. You do not need heavy weights, you need control. Do this exercise every other day. Within 4 weeks, you'll notice stairs feel easier, getting up feels lighter, balance improves, confidence returns. Final message, doctor to patient. Let me be very clear, walking is good, but walking alone is not enough. After 60, it does not stop muscle loss. It does not protect bones. It does not train balance under load. These 5 chair exercises do. They are safe. They are proven. They are backed by real science. You don't need a gym. You don't need machines. You don't need to be athletic. You need a chair, maybe a resistance band, 15 minutes, 3 times per week. That's it. Start with exercise number 5 today. Master it. Then add the next one. By the time you reach sit-to-stand squats, your body will be ready. Your future self will thank you. Dari, CTA, end. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these chair exercises are you going to start with? And were you ever told that walking was all you needed after 60 years and Silwast? Write your answer in the comments. We read and reply to every single one. If this video helped you, share it with someone you care about, because strength after 60 is not optional. It's everything.